Hey y'all, it's a real small group here today. Happy Tuesday. Oh yeah. Hopefully there's more of you coming back from lunch. Got some presenting to do. There we go. Hey friends. Welcome in. Happy to have you. Grab a seat. Cozy up. Man, I think I'm going to start turning that screen into a hearth video. Turn it around for you guys, warm you up while we have stand up. All right, let's do it. Oop, got to click it. Never heard that noise before. Okay, all right, here we go. Campus announcements. Our spring 25 student tutor team. This is who we got. We got Ace, Savannah, and Nathan all coming back. And then Frank, Eli, Steven, and Haley will be joining the team. Give them a round of applause. All right. And then I don't think they're here today. If they are, they're tucked away in one of these rooms somewhere working before tomorrow. But Allison Binger and Michael Gans, there are graduating student tutors. If you see them, give them a shout out. Say thank you. High fives. You know the drill. All right, we need your photos. If you've got photos of or with the graduates, please scan this QR code. We're going to put a slideshow together for graduation. We have a little reception for their friends and family afterwards, and they don't a lot of times get to see what their student's life looks like when they're here. So any photos that you have that may give them an appropriate glimpse of what it's like to be a student at Atlas, send us the photos, fill out the form, and we'll get it in the slideshow. All right, today is the 11th. Tomorrow, we've got tassels and toast. You all are more than welcome to come. It is a Spec PLD day, so they will all be here, but you are also more than welcome to come. We can hear people give toasts to our graduates, send them off with kind words, warm wishes, and then demo day in the afternoon, similar to what you all are about to be doing, but it's our T5 students that are graduating. This is kind of like the culmination of their time here, their capstone project. And then Friday the 13th, specs presentation. So basically anybody who's in specs that's not doing their capstone presentation has the opportunity to present, just if they want the practice, if they want to get up there and show other people their work, they can do that. So if you want to come watch specs presentations, that'll be starting at 10 a.m. on Friday. And then stick around after that. We've got a barbecue truck coming for our end of the trimester and holiday party. You can still RSVP now if you're interested in coming with like barbecue. They are going to have like black bean options if meat is not your thing. But yeah. And then next week, the last day of the trimester is Tuesday. We also have graduation that day. So this will be your last PLD of the trimester. And then all that red is break time. Hooray. Hooray. And it extends here. And then the 6th, projects will open and the trimester starts. But you're not here yet. You still have a couple of days at home until Thursday. You guys will be with specs PLD now. Hooray. Cool. And then we'll have more updates for you as that kind of goes. But that gets you at least started into the next trimester. All right, honor roll. We've got November honor roll, our first honor roll. This is everybody who earned an A in a course that ended in November. All right. We also have the second honor roll. Second honor roll is everybody that got a B in a course that ended in November. Hooray. Good work. Cassie she's here. She appeared. She's got them over there, your stickers. All right, tassels and toast. We kind of talked about it. Basically, a chance for students to kind of say some fun words to graduates. Back in the day, we had much smaller graduating classes with much fewer guests here, and we were able to actually have some students and staff members come say some nice things about students at graduation. We no longer have the time nor space for that, so we are opening up the floor for tassels and toast. You can come say a thing or two about the group as a whole, an individual group, whatever. If you have anything nice to say about our graduates, come hang out. If you just would like to hear a nice thing about the graduates, but you don't necessarily have anything you'd like to share, we're going to have some breakfast. We're going to have some kind of, I think, some fruit and pastries. It'll be good. It'll be fun. Come hang out. Oh, also, there's going to be picture frames out over there. We'll have a picture frame for every graduate. We'll have like a little sticky note with their name on it, but you can write a message. So maybe you're not the kind to get up and say a nice thing out loud, but you can write it down. We got you covered too. Everyone can say nice things. Demo day is tomorrow afternoon. We've talked about it. Come see come see T5 work on their project. Sorry, there's just so many of y'all presenting things. It's just really hard to keep it straight. Demo day, T5, come watch them present tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, last trimester we had someone that had to be remote for theirs, so he still made the photo, don't worry. We got everybody. Specs presentations, that's going to be Friday, so everybody who's not graduating but is in specs that is presenting, that's happening Friday. And then, boop. Yeah. Huh? Are you signing up? Megan, what are you going to present? Yeah. That's what I was thinking, man. Okay. Yeah. All right, end of trimester holiday gathering. If you want some barbecue, you can RSVP here. If you don't want some barbecue, you can still come. We don't need you to RSVP, but we'll have some fun holiday themes and activities and treats, and barbecue, and games. Community announcements. It's time for? You guys seen the movie Gremlins? I didn't know the guy that was in it was from Oklahoma, like the main guy. I guess the dad. I don't know. Anyway, he's in it. He's from Oklahoma. Circle Cinema is doing a little Oklahoma series right now where they're having some people that are from Oklahoma showcasing some of the films. So tonight at 7 p.m., if you don't have any plans, you can still make it. It's at Circle Cinema. Go watch Gremlins. This is fun. Krampus is coming. That's why I'm most excited. But a wicked Christmas event honoring the darker traditions from around the world. So I don't know if they're necessarily Christmas traditions, but different winter festivals for sure. Krampus is coming. I've seen a lot of videos on social media of like Krampus festivals, and they are like some of the most realistic costumes I've ever seen. Very cool. I think they're on Instagram, but it's Traditions with Masks, I think is the name of it, but it's like all of these different cultural traditions from around the world that incorporate masks, and it's just like anyway, really cool. Check it out. Animal art show. If you've ever wanted to see what an elephant finger painting might look like, I've got news for you. You can check it out at the zoo. This is the 14th at Tulsa Zoo. It's all the artwork by your favorite animals. So that one, I think that one is... That one I'm not I just work here. I don't know. Oh yeah, there you go. Trying to make me look dumb up here? Come on. All right, that's all I've got for you guys. We'll do power clap on 3 and get the presentation started. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Thank you, sir.
All right. I do see a couple of people I don't recognize, so I guess I'll do a quick introduction first, and then we'll get started. Hi, my name is Ryan Stiles. I am the second trimester instructor here at Atlas. I have had the honor and privilege of working with these guys over the last 15 weeks, learning object-oriented programming and some web development and a bunch of other things that are kind of mixed in. If you don't know what we're doing here, the final project of our second trimester is lovingly referred to as our Hacksprint. This is a project where the only parameters are your imagination and what you can put together in like 6 days. It is a lot of fun. This is by far my favorite part of the entire like second trimester here. I am always blown away by the creativity of the students here. Yeah, they are given a single word theme. That is really the only limit here. So in this case, they had to involve the word travel in their projects. Other than that, I am largely blind to what they are going to be presenting today. So I'm looking forward to this, and hopefully you guys have a lot of fun up here showing off what you've done. You guys ready to start? Yeah! All right. All right, well, first up, we have Nash, Steven, and Sim. When you get to the slide with your video.
All right. I'll try not to curse. Travel. It's an idea with endless possibilities. I mean, they all have something in common, though. That's the destination. And what's the best destination that you can think of? 1840s Oregon. Easy. I'm referring, of course, to the best game of our childhood, Oregon Trail. So how do we bring that into the future? We put it on Mars. Seemed like the best idea that we could come up with for 6 days, and we learned Pygame, built a simple but fun and functional game, and we're going to tell you a little bit about it. So I think that's your turn.
This thing on? All right. Well, to introduce the purpose and function of our little project here. Oh, man, move up here. So, as you know, the theme was travel. So, what other place to go than, Mars, as Mr. Bean presents right here. And while we're traveling to Mars, we learn a little familiar stuff from Python, and we move to their gaming option for it, which is Pygame. That's the engine we use. If you go to the next slide, that's this one. This is where we take off space like Origin, as Nathan said earlier, and early 90s survival game. If you look closely, you might figure out which one in particular. And
The last one refers to largely the process. It's a reference nobody gets. Moving on.
all right, some other engines we were thinking of going for were JavaScript, Godot, or Unity. Then we just decided on Pygame since it was kind of Python. For more familiar. From how accurate this is to the Oregon Trail, it's really simple. So we did the best we could in a 6-day week time. So, and what we did, we just implemented menus, intros, and encounters, and we got some banger music in the game. So you can listen to that. We should probably pull it up, but you'll see it in the demo. And then move on to Nate for you with the challenges.
Thank you, Sim. All right. We had fun doing this. We got to deal with user interfaces, setting it up, getting the design right, dealing with scalability. Well, specifically visual scalability, making sure we can get it across different sorts of screen resolutions, etc. We enjoyed making sure that all these encounters that we were building, they were being balanced together, making it an interesting experience. And getting the graphics and the audio to load properly. Whew, that was no errors were found at all. It was smooth.
It doesn't work in Docker on a Mac.
Details. But all right, here's our little. Oh, you can't. Can you full screen this? Or I guess I'll just move out of the way. All right.
You'll have to play the game to read the intro. It's very well written. I hand drew all the art. Watercolor mostly.
Yep. It was a joy to see. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, we got
Good work.
like a minute left.
There's.
Oh. Oh yeah, the stuff we wish we could do if we had more time.
Yes, we wanted to talk about, we could toss up more reactions, more animations, more explosions, our own original soundtrack, definitely no IP infringement, none of that occurred, definitely. And like an emotionally investing storyline, really pull the heartstrings.
Just like in Macbeth.
Yep, and of course making it last longer, interesting dialogue trees, encounter trees, etc.
Yeah, it's kind of it turned out to be a little linear. We wish we could add more to the encounter tree, but man, we had a lot of fun doing this.
Yep, a lot of fun.
And you can have fun exploring all the endings we implemented in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And now we know Pygame.
We know Pygame now. Then that's it.
Seven seconds to go. We nailed it.
All right, great job, guys. All right, up next, John, Daniel, and Kyrie.
Hello? Oh, there we go. Goodness. Oh, damn. Hold on. Deeper. Yeah. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm ready. Oh, do I go now? All righty, everyone. Welcome to the wonderful world of Astralis, the text adventure made to you by yours truly, Daniel and John. Embark on a journey into the stars with an innovative game combining an Android app, database, and web interface. This is our main page. Notice how it kind of moves in the background, you know what I mean? Where did this idea come from, you ask? Or you didn't? Obviously, Rickrolls, Android interface, and chaos.
So why do we make a text adventure game? Daniel wanted to. So he recruited everybody, he came up with the idea, he came up with the implementation, we just had to make it happen. One of the biggest things we want to do is make sure it was very immersive, very seamlessly put together. So the big features that we have compared to the other ones is this is a multi-platform game. We have a mobile app that is Android. You can download the APK through the site. And the web app, they're all connected to the same Firebase database. So that way when we update it, you just update the database and everything is dynamically pulled down. So there is no load times or any updating each individual device. The concept, We just sat down during PLD and hashed it out real fast. It is a Star Wars based, but there is no main themes, there's no characters, it's just in the Star Wars universe. Daniel's responsible for the app. He's the one who's been working on that for a while. I built the website out, and Kyrie did the storyline, which was very interesting. We'll say it's very, very interesting. And all the Firebase, which the Firebase was a big one because that was new to everybody. And then, of course, when we deployed it, there were bugs everywhere.
So to create this project, we used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for the website. If you're unfamiliar with those, basically HTML and CSS is like the visuals, and JavaScript provides the functionality. And then we hosted the website on GitHub Pages, and we stored all of the story data on Firebase Firestore to pull the data from the database to the app and the website. And then I made the mobile app using Android Studio, which is not a game engine at all. So it wasn't easy. And then I used Kotlin and XML for that. XML is basically like HTML, and Kotlin is pretty close to JavaScript. So there were a lot of challenges that we faced making this. The biggest challenge we faced was getting the database to connect with the website. That was pretty difficult because we were all new to Firebase. There were a lot of bugs. Of course, any project is going to have a lot of bugs. We needed to make sure that it was a smooth and bugless website and app. And then the biggest challenge besides Firebase was getting the audio to autoplay on the website. It seems really simple, but Google has some weird policy to prevent it. So that was a difficult workaround.
And the best thing we did was the collaborative troubleshooting. When someone got really frustrated, as you see by my video here, we would pass off the trouble issue to someone else, and Kyrie took over and actually got that all to work, which was amazing. So here's our video. So this is the landing page when you first get there. Background music plays. We have a mute button in case you don't want to listen. This is the about. This is the link to the mobile app. This has all the screenshots of the mobile app and what it'll look like. There's the APK with the install instructions. So if you have an Android device, you can go on there and download it. That's our back to game. This is the actual gameplay, the typing out of all the prompts. That's all database and pulled down. There we go.
Also, by the way, all of these QR codes work completely. Even this one, every single thing, pixel, you're able to scan, and it will work and take you to the download page.
We skipped a video. Can you go back? We skipped a video.
Oh, I skipped the video. Sorry.
All right, fantastic work. We got so many
I know.
Let me set these down. All right, let's see what's next. We have Ariel, Donnie, and Nathan.
Okay. All right.
Hey, this is fun. I get to see the TV.
If you have the clicker, you may need to stand over here and closer to the thing.
How come you get the clicker?
Okay. Hi, this is Ariel and Nathan. Donnie is not here. He's not feeling well, but he did contribute a bunch. Our game is called Cyclospora. Sorry. should not have done the transitions. Anyway, it's a text adventure game. It's inspired by travel. You are a main character. There's an outbreak of a parasite contamination on berries. The only thing that's in your fridge is a berry pie. So you eat it, you don't feel well, and you are taking down this random crazy adventure. Hold. The languages we used were Python. We also use Pygame. We hate it. Never want to use it again. I don't recommend it. The sounds we used, we gathered assets from different websites. There's images that we also used. And let's see.
You want me to start talking now?
Yeah, and I'm gonna hand it off to Nathan.
Yeah. I want the clicker just because I want to feel important.
Okay.
I know, that's what I was looking at the whole time. So we learned how to do Pygame this time as well. It was mostly because whenever I was making the actual gameplay, we got it to run on the terminal, but showing people how to play a game in the terminal when it just shows a bunch of text isn't very cool.
Nope.
So I decided that I wanted to find a way to make a separate screen for it, and that was a mistake.
Yep.
Once that happened, then everything went downhill, and me and Ariel got here at 5 o'clock this morning and finished it about 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
But it works, technically. So the thing that how do I click this? Yeah. So there was no images on here for a while, and we figured out there was just one line of code that was causing the whole entire issue. We didn't separate out everything as well as we could have, and the text wasn't wrapping around, so it's kind of still getting there. But then it shoots into this crazy heavy metal stuff, and I thought that was pretty sweet. But we kind of got the text from the game, so all the stuff in the terminal came down to the bottom. Everything, we kind of skipped the story, so if you want the story, you have to download the game. It's pretty wild. I can't really explain how we came up with it. There was literally one mention of like a berry,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, next thing I knew, Ariel was writing down Cyclospora, and I was like,
Plot.
what does that mean? Next thing you know, we're going to Mars.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We'll have dysentery on Mars and
Yeah.
a bunch of poison berries. But it was interesting going through the code and everything because the Pygame is we didn't use like half the features that you possibly could have because it's actually pretty intense how much you can do with it. But we kind of got to the basics of it. But it was interesting just to kind of go from the terminal to when you run the actual app. It builds this window and you can put the backgrounds and the audio and everything. So we probably bit off more than we could chew in the sense that we put 6 chapters in here.
But hey, I mean, we're going to make it better. We're going to have the sounds that we had before. So in development, it will come out 2027.
Now we got a GUI coming. We got all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be wild. But no, it was fun. I really enjoyed getting to figure out how to work it.
All right, next we have James, Ari, Natalie, and Christopher.
Testing. Oh, okay. All right, what's up? It's on you.
All right, so we decided to make a website called Leaf and Luggage. The idea was that our website is or would be a growing platform for eco-conscious travelers, offering resources for sustainable accommodations, activities, and transportation. It encourages users to embrace eco-friendly choices and explore responsibility, creating a positive impact on the planet. It aims to inspire meaningful connections with the environment while supporting global efforts towards sustainability.
And our inspiration, our core passion was driven by love for sustainability living and a desire to protect our planet for future generations.
Our vision was to inspire travelers to choose greener options while experiencing the best of each destination.
And recognizing the need that travel is a significant contributor to environmental issues, we saw the need for a platform that makes the person that's more conscious, like form the travel easier, you guys. I stutter a little bit.
And we were looking at the real world impact, highlighting actionable ways cities are implementing sustainability. We hope to empower users to embrace these practices in their journeys.
In our design process, we brainstormed, so we identified the gaps in sustainable travel tools and developed user-friendly solutions.
We created a wireframe mockup to visualize the site, structure, and navigation.
In our development process, we built the site using step-by-step, using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript with a focus on responsive design.
And then we planned for expansion to new cities and the addition of more eco-friendly resources.
Some of the challenges that we faced were debugging responsive design, compatibility across browsers, and integrating JavaScript functionality. Balancing that functionality while ensuring accessibility and clarity, it was a key challenge throughout the development. Time management and learning curves and limited time to access tools and resources. Our web hosting was done by MovieHost. James Hamby took care of most of that. I didn't realize we actually put that much work into the video.
Yeah.
Now we have your green guides. First, we're going to start with Christopher Wright, a Tulsa native and proud CODA. Christopher's first language is sign language, and his second is all things tech. A sports fan and a Yorkie dad to a pup named Love.
Zoinks.
He's all about trying new foods and capturing cityscapes, especially where nature and architecture beautifully collide.
A proud member of the Cherokee Nation and Tahlequah native, she is passionate about textile and art design and animals and the natural world. Alongside her journey in web development, she is pursuing a degree in environmental science and a focus on sustainable food systems and the anthropology, combining her technical skills and her interest in creating a meaningful change.
Natalie Ritchie, originally from Idaho and raised in Wakita, Oklahoma, a spot famously featured in Twister. Natalie brings a unique creative spark to any team. A dedicated gamer with a serious World of Warcraft passion, she embraces her quiet, reclusive lifestyle and has perfected the art of cat-like mystery, especially when meeting new faces.
Lastly, we have James Hamby, originally from Arkansas, now based in Tulsa. He has embarked on an exciting journey of creativity and discovery. His life revolves around his 3 dogs, his cat, and boyfriend, which are his biggest priorities. When he's not working on his side projects, you can find him gaming, exploring new creative ideas, or enjoying trips to the dog park.
Call to action. Ready to make a difference? Visit our website, share your feedback, and join us in building a more sustainable way to travel. Together we can create a greener tomorrow.
And we just want to thank you all for your time and enthusiasm and support, and your engagement inspires us to keep on innovating for a better future. So thank you all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. All right, fantastic work. Let's see. Next, we got Max, Clay, and Harrison.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? How are we all feeling? Some of y'all nervous, some of y'all relieved probably. Anyway, I see we have a lot of text-based adventures or text-based games done today. We did something kind of similar. You can go ahead, go to the next one. Yeah, we did Hangman instead, so a little text-based. I'll hand it off to Clay. He'll tell y'all a little bit about it.
We wanted to build something that was easy and fun and challenging for all age groups to play, and it also is challenging for your vocabulary, geographical knowledge, and critical thinking.
Oh.
Here, go to the next one.
Yeah, why didn't it? Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
So, here's this one.
Yeah, got to turn it on. There you go.
Okay. So as far as the gameplay goes, it's pretty much just like regular Hangman. I mean, I'm assuming everyone's played it. But to make it fit the theme, we chose 3 different travel categories: countries, activities, and landmarks. You pick from one of those categories. It selects a random word based off the category, and dashes appear for every character. A keyboard also pops up where you actually guess the letters. The letters gray out whenever you guess it. And then you get 6 guesses before all of the body parts are drawn. And then, yeah, you either win and get a cool screen, or you lose and are ashamed by the bad screen that comes up. So.
For the process, when we were first starting out, we wanted to do something text-based, but we ended up just going with something that Harrison had already thought of, and it was a good idea. And then we went to work, and just used a basic HTML page and styled it with CSS, and the whole application is written in JavaScript with basic functionality and just lacking the colors and the images. And then we finalized it with the functionality, making the letters change colors when hovering over it in the application, and also add the images and
So some of the, there it goes. Some of the challenges that we faced, whenever we originally made the game, all of the answers were only one word. But whenever we changed the categories, we wanted to make some of the answers multiple words. But the dashes were still showing up for the spaces because it was technically a character. So we had to go in and change some of the JavaScript to actually recognize spaces and not give any underscores for them. And then also, kind of like someone else was talking about, a lot of the options buttons and the keyboard was moving around on different sides.
Anyway, and like Harrison was saying, it's on GitHub pages, so just a full website running. We'll try to get a link out somehow that y'all can get, but that's it. Thank y'all for
We'll send the link on Slack.
Ours so special, what makes ours so different is it's very ours so special, what makes ours so different is it's very interactive. It's something that anyone can actually build off of. And then we wanted to throw in concepts like Pac-Man, where you're moving around, interacting with objects, and Scary Maze Game, mostly just the concept of generating a maze. And so that's kind of where our game takes place. Essentially, you're going to have a game that you're going to be able to have
a jQuery route. But the fun part the fun part, well, actually, there's a lot of stuff, but the fun part, well, actually, there's a lot of stuff. You can't do a lot of stuff with just those three. You can't do a lot of stuff with just those three things. You actually need to implement a server to, you know, get some of that functionality to work. Once all that was done, the funnest part for me was actually creating a maze generator using Python to do that and figuring out how I'm going to encode and decode a maze randomly. That's really, yeah, that was the funnest part, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, so starting off with the HTML and CSS, the first day we kind of got like a basis of a website of how we want it to look. And then from there, it just kind of grew with the idea that we had. So we weren't utilizing enough of the screen, kind of full screen, and so we had to reallocate space and make it to where it took up the majority of it. And then moving along with kind of the challenges that we came in, like you said, with the jQuery, we figured out we needed a server. So we had to add Flask, and Flask ended up making us fully change our folder structure. And then really that you go, it fully redoes the maze, and it'll be different every single time that you go through it. So that's it.
So feel free to check out our repo whenever you get a chance, play around with it, and maybe you'll come up with something better than us. I'm looking forward to it.
We came up with was simply a plane going from point A to point B. Barnstormers is a horizontal scrolling dodge map where you control a plane trying to avoid any obstacles that come up, having as long a flight as possible being your goal. It's an inherently arcade-style experience with the idea of competing for high schools scores with other people with simplistic and quick rounds. With the theme, we settled on the plane. One of the original ideas we set on, especially with our MVP, was there was just going to be one obstacle, buildings, and you were a plane. But we quickly realized having a game where you're a plane and your enemy is skyscrapers was probably not of the best taste. So we ended up going things with barns, farm animals, and then the whole travel thing was that geese had...
We've learned, but learning how to implement it to get things to do what you want it to do, was kind of a big learning experience.
There were definitely some pain points, especially on my end. It was a completely different experience to see some of our 2-people projects. When there's 3 people putting commits or ideas or comments or going through things, a lot of things can get lost under the hood, and there were certain things we ended up disagreeing on, and we had to kind of clean up on that. I did enjoy it in the end. Having that idea of one person doing this and another person this, and it makes this much bigger project was a lot of fun. But it was hard to get over my old habits of, I'm going to do all of this and then take a nap.
I think the biggest difficulty was just the learning curve of a new engine, something that we haven't done before, figuring out how to get those things to work. And then when finally kind of understanding how it's working, getting it to work, was the time constraint. It's like, kind of wish we had another week. It's like right when you figure it out, it's like, oh, well, now we just got to cut all the extra, just get it to work.
There was definitely a few things because as we were kind of wrapping up the project, even just now in our little pod, we were like, we should have done this, or we could have fixed this bug on time, or now we know how to do something. So it's interesting just all the different things we're learning both before, but especially after the fact, unfortunately.
All right, I'm really hoping this isn't too loud.
We'll see.
Very similar to Flappy Bird. But it's basically just an auto-looping background. More enemies just keep spawning in randomly. Video in?
Yep. So once you go the game over, rather than going to the game menu, it'll just give you the option to go straight back into it, and it'll just loop in on itself. On the next page, we'll have the itch.io link. Just a quick warning: if you are on Mac, it's not going to work for
The video, click it again to start the video.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Oh yeah. Anyways, I'm Anthony. This is Zach, Tyler, and what I do? I'm sorry. Tyler, and what I do? I'm sorry. And so, the project that we're working on is Aces Aerial Studios. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Inspiration. Basically, this website is using Flask. We use Python, JavaScript, and CSS to connect it all. And we also use a Google API for maps, and that was the most difficult part, in my opinion, is implementing the API into our code. And hold on, I wasn't done. Obviously, we didn't practice for this, guys. But anyways, the inspiration where this idea comes from, some of you know that not too long ago I got a drone, and with that drone I have been filming like commercials and taking people's pictures from up high. So I decided to like make a company out of it, and that's what I'm working towards right now. This is like the third step of getting a website out there. And that's where the inspiration comes from. And so if you ever need me, you can always come to the website, hit me up, and I'll come out and film for y'all. Next slide. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you, guys.
Hello. Okay, so basically what we've done is we've created a website / kind of business model for an aerial photography, videography business capturing drone photos. Couple features on the website: users can make submission requests to get a quote and just give a description of your project, where you want us to come out to. We have a gallery with previous shots that we've done before, so you can kind of see the work that we've done. And then we have an interactive map where you can scan locations and see where we've gone out and shot photos and videos before. Next one. So the design process, the first thing we chose to implement was the HTML for the structure of the page, and then the CSS elements for the styling. And then after that, the dynamic content through JavaScript, the routes for Flask, for the app routes, and then the tabs on the top, the home, portfolio, about, contact, and submissions, and then a login page, and create
account page, and the login page and create account page we didn't necessarily get up and running. There's a few features on the website that we just ran out of time and couldn't get running, but the main functions that we got running was a home, portfolio, and the unique thing about the portfolio is that I'm going to place all my media there, and of course it's going to be a gallery for anybody to go in and check out. And then we got the about page done as well, just about how the company was established and so on and so forth. And then, as he was saying, we got the contact tab where customers or clients will go into the contact tab and put in their information such as name, email address, and a description of their business and whatever messages they want to leave us from there. And then we got the submissions place, which is for administrative purposes. Someone like me or anyone that's under me will go into the submissions page and be able to connect with the contact page, and from there, all the clients that that signed up through the contact will be listed in the submissions, and we'll be able to go back there and contact them through their information. And then finally, we, like you said, we implemented a interactive map where we can pinpoint where a certain photo was taken through GPS coordinates. And and the way I built that was I got a Google API and implemented it with our a spreadsheet map, which was a very basic map that I forgot where I found that stuff at, but anyways, I think it's the last one.
And some of the challenges we faced was fixing some of these issues took a lot of time, like almost all night. And ensuring some of these elements were fixed, we changed them, the styling in the CSS. The login and logout page is only viewable. You can only view submissions when logged in through like an administrator account. So like just not anyone could come see all the submissions. It stores the media per individual user, so when you make an account, it'll store your media and all that stuff that you post. Formats correctly for the images. We integrated Google Maps' API, so it has like Street View and all that stuff. And then here's the video. Let's see. You just press D. Okay. Cool. Sorry if it's kind of fast. It was a minute long.
And by the way, all the pictures in here, the backgrounds, I personally took myself. We had to format each single picture to line up with the code, or else it wouldn't render.
Cool.
And that's our presentation for y'all. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Great job, everybody. I think you all knocked it out of the park with this one. This is not a contest. I can tell you honestly, this is the only project I do not dread grading the entire trimester. I've had a lot of fun with you guys over this amount of time, and I hope you've had fun. I know this is not easy. If anybody ever tells you it's easy, they're lying to you. This program is hard from day one till the last day, and you walk across the graduation stage. So just the fact that you've made it this far, congratulations, be proud of yourself. Because this is an accomplishment. Just to kind of wrap up here, we do have one more assignment. I'm sorry. It is a dev retrospective blog post / essay. Yes, sir. All I need is a couple of paragraphs, kind of just more along the lines of the information that's in your presentation here, just in more of a essay type format. Other than that, we are kind of actually on time for this. So we have about an hour left of the day. What I would like to do is kind of move over next door and have a little mini like exhibition hour. We'll show off your project, play each other's games, and let's just have fun for our last hour together. Good job, guys.